You last session, you guys were coming off of what was a pretty tumultuous few sessions involving deaths of some characters, including Mark and the disappearance of Morgan. Guys were sort of without a plan because Eris also kind of died at the end of a long mission. More or less stuck in the Stormlands. You got a whole shit ton of platinum. That's going to be useful if and when you get back to, human civilization, and assuming you don't drop so much in that you affect platinum prices. And on the way back from the city of Naboto, where Eris and Mark died, and your mission to free Eris presumably failed, you decided that instead of just returning to your ship and trying to make the treacherous journey back home, you're going to go through the Stormlands on foot to get to the tower that the matching tower to the one in Treviri that is in the Stormlands instead. A few questions for Doc, including potentially what exactly Eris meant by his last message that he burned at the floor. Or just any other questions about how the fuck to get off of this damn continent. And along the way, you picked up a new tiny raptor friend companion named Jokita. He is a bit crazy and has been following you guys along. And then you met up with yet another crazy companion, a hard-to-describe entity named Azar, who seems to be presenting themselves in the form of a fiery snow leopard flying thing and has a tendency to burn people and small animals. Jason's gone through a particular existential journey recently. That's just Jason's story, is continual existential crises. And I think we're going to pick it up shortly after a extended interaction with Azar when she first presented herself and proceeded to just confuse all of you, burn some things, create some fires, tried to burn down the jungle, I think twice.
Only once.
We didn't try to burn down the jungle.
It just, it was accidentally. Yeah, and we're going to pick it up with you continuing on the road southwest through this rainforest towards the tower, a hard-to-determine distance out of you that you still can't see.
Sorry.
Oh.
Do you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I realized that I was using the headphones that I accidentally washed.
That'll do it.
Yeah, those won't work probably. I would not suspect those would work.
I mean, they do just shittily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the 6 of you now, including Jokita, are
Who can keep track?
yeah, we lose some, we gain some. It's all over the place. 6 of you are
8 number.
yeah. Although I don't know, does Jason count as 1 or 0 or infinite or negative? Like, I don't know what Jason qualifies as.
Stop. Just stop.
All right. Yeah, you guys are marching southeast or southwest on the road.
Do we leave often in a camp, or were we actually just walking a camp?
No, you were about like 6 hours through your normal day.
Okay.
His whole interaction with Czar, which took up like the most recent block of time.
We ended on a long rest.
Huh?
I thought we ended on a long rest because I distinctly remember setting fire to Jokita's bedding.
Yes. You just got
Or
up.
attempting to. I think Jason dispelled.
Yeah.
Yes, by Hadrian.
Yeah. So you guys made it through the night, and are just waking up. Those of you who sleep.
Thank you.
This is our sleep. Damn it. Oh no, that's good. That's good.
I mean,
I hope it's good.
I'm gonna say, are you sure? How do you know?
Because I haven't had anyone to talk to in a real long time. Damn it. Like,
2 days.
yeah, that's every second feels like an eternity.
That's canon. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Let's get on the road. I assume like we've woken up at this point.
Oh yeah, no, you're up. And unless you like don't want to continue on the road for some reason, I assume you're marching along.
I guess you'll tell me if any nasties are
Yeah.
about to show up.
Yeah. At this point, it's fairly monotonous. The jungle doesn't really change density or form. The road just keeps going straight, goes around hills sometimes. Landscape doesn't change a whole lot. The animals around you don't change a whole lot. I mean, some leave and some come back, but always kind of surrounded by a group of them. Noises off in the distance, fade in and out.
side note, I just now saw the new layout on D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hate it. Okay, just
They're trying to get rid of collapsibles. It broke everything on the site.
Yeah. You know, it just. What are you gonna do?
sorry. Just this, it seemed important.
Yeah. They got a little too fancy with it.
Yeah, I very much agree. It's
I dig it. I would dig it more if it worked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
That's
always the way.
Yeah. I mean, it's prettier. It's definitely prettier.
But not if you're trying. But yeah, it's prettier, but less usable. Like it, aside from it, like not actually working. Like I feel like the layout is less functional.
It's closer to a traditional, like paper type of sheet. Not
Okay,
exactly.
but
Actually, not really. It's kind of.
anyway,
It's better for like at a glance. It's better to just like look at all your features and stuff. Things that you would have to like drill down into like 5 different collapsibles to find in the old sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, I just kept all my collapsibles open on the old sheet, and now like I have to like keep switching between like combat and spells, and
Oh, widen it.
how do I?
Oh, I mean the actual window.
I mean, it's as wide as it goes.
Yeah, it's that little box, like the combat action spells.
Oh, okay. Those are in the same. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like my screen's like, what do I have like 1440p, so it's like that's
Yeah.
bigger than average. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. No, that was, you know,
It was important.
it was important to talk about. So you guys are walking along. Anything you guys want to talk about while this is going on? You kind of just want to fast travel to the next event manufactured by me.
I'm ready for fast
I'm
travel.
pretty sure you're
Wow.
stealing.
We already did like 3 days of slow travel, so like,
Yeah.
All right. So another 2 days go by. Just walking along or moving your consciousness. And very suddenly, the tower becomes visible in front of you. You were not given the canopy is completely covered over and your view forward is also very limited just because of the density of the brush. You come around a corner, and the tower, the base of it, is 200 feet in front of you. Immediately, you notice that plants are growing up around it. So it's not the solid, undisturbed black column that it once was, or that the Taviri one is, but it is just covered in like vines and plants that are opportunistically growing up it.
Hadrian, you want to burn off some of this brush so we can get in there?
I don't know. You don't think the tower is going to think we're a threat if I do that, do you?
I don't think the tower has feelings or emotions.
I'm not sure of anything.
The tower will remember that.
Should we wait for Anastasia?
Yeah, where'd she? I figured she would just be like back in a second. Yeah, let's give her a minute. No, Nibbler. All right, she had to reboot. Audio issues. So yeah.
What is our purpose?
Yeah. I'm hoping that like some sort of vague decision about your path forward is made today so that, you know, next time we play, I have at least some idea of where you're going.
Go home.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good plan. Can you hear us now?
Not through my headphones.
Oh no.
What did I-
Sorry, don't wait for me. I can make it work from my computer speakers.
Okay.
Know that. Okay. So yeah, you see the tower a couple hundred feet ahead of you. Like I said, overgrown. Forest has come right up against it. Completely smooth, like the other one, except except for the vine.
I don't know how like in tune I am with everything, but like, are the plants healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you kind of feel out for their health, you do know that there are kind of spots throughout the forest where they're slightly less healthy, where the ground is less suitable for growth, and kind of vaguely put together that that's where towns and cities used to be. This road seems to have led just straight for the tower. And you notice that one of these places where is a little unhealthy and hard to grow is on the other side of the tower, extending out kind of in a cone towards what you sense as the shore up ahead. A few miles ahead. So like tower cone outwards of plants saying like, oh,
yeah,
it grow well here.
Okay.
Anything
That's all I got.
Like, do anything?
Does Chiquita like react to the tower at all?
No reaction whatsoever. She's just continuing with her normal antics, snapping after the small animals around, coming up and looking up at you and poking at everybody else.
Bizarre.
Staying away from Azar.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go up and start like manually clearing the brush.
How close do you get?
I mean,
Not as close as I was.
I'm not being cautious, but like, if I guess you made it sound like there was like a lot of brush there.
There's
So then I'm as close as I can get. I don't know how.
You're like just getting up within vaguely arm's reach, so you can start cutting stuff down.
Yeah.
All right, as you get within about arm's reach, you see panels kind of sink in just a touch, and then they start to open, and you see it struggle, and they shake a bit, and the vines kind of pull, and a bunch of them all snap all at once, and the doors go, and then you can see into the tower.
All right, guys. My work here is done.
I guess you didn't need to burn it.
Did you do that? How did you do that? You must teach me how you did that.
It is one of the joys of being me.
What are the other joys?
Whiskey.
Yeah. And I'm going to stride into the building.
I'll follow him.
Okay. So you go in the building, and it's in the tower, and it's a lot darker than the tower in Treviri. And you look around, and you notice that only a little bit of light is peeking in, and it's through some of the parts where the vines are not quite covering the tower. But even with that, it's definitely dim light in here, and you can't quite see all the way around.
I'm sure I have some fire spells that would add a little more light.
Bonfire appears in the middle of the tower. It's now normal, well lit in here.
Okay. I will walk up to one of the walls and stick my hand on the wall like we've done in Treviri.
Okay. You go up and put your hand up against the wall, and like you're familiar with, the sort of transparent, looking outwards view on all the walls goes away and replaced with just black and then a white line across. Welcome to the database of knowledge.
It's also a dog.
Or, yeah.
Hello, Doc. Shit, we had like 50 questions to ask.
You need a way to get back home.
Yes, so let's start with that.
Stormlands have many well-built roads.
We need a shield that will not let our boat get fucked in the storm.
Various ships can navigate the Stormlands, the storm waters without issue. They're all equipped with shields.
We do not.
Do we know how to use the shields?
I don't know. I wonder if our boat does have shields and we don't know.
Too bad you got rid of the Morgan, because she knew how to use shield.
That's debatable.
She did know how to use shield. She just...
Yeah, it's debatable if we got rid of her.
Yeah.
If we do not have access to a Viri ship, is there any other way?
To get where?
To Polenia.
Without a ship.
We have a ship. It doesn't have a shield.
A shield is required.
How do you know it doesn't have a shield?
We don't. That was going to be my next question. So I'll say to Doc, we have a ship that we believe is a Viri make. How do you operate a shield on a Viri ship?
Shield is activated automatically in turbulence.
Well, that didn't happen.
Or it did. And it could have been much worse.
You don't remember. It was bad.
What about ships that fly?
There are many aircraft available in the Stormlands.
Guys, I think
We had to steal an airship.
We've airship heist.
Where is the nearest? Pretend I'm using period appropriate word. Hangar.
Airfield?
Yeah.
All right. The black and with the white line kind of fades and is replaced by a very detailed topological map of the Stormlands, which matches some of the maps you saw drawn in Naboto. And you see little lights start popping up, and you recognize your location by the tower, and there are two little lights just between southwest of you in what appears to be a city, because there's a bunch of little lights. And then a few more light up. None in Naboto, you notice, but a whole bunch in Fawn and a couple of the towns in between Fawn and where you are now.
Okay. Thank you. Can someone describe to Doc what happened to Eris and try to, like, I don't know, maybe Doc can help.
Propeller spin and we describe.
Tell us about the transference of your consciousness.
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
The Idraviri,
Idra Viri.
about 1,000 years ago, set upon a journey to leave this dangerous world by taking their minds and putting them into computers. This was successful within a few hundred years, and the Viri slowly started as a race leaving their physical forms.
What happens if one of these computers gets overloaded with Viri consciousness?
There are not enough Viri for this to happen.
Bet.
If so, there would be corruption. Perhaps loss.
What would cause one of these computers to explode?
Explosives. Perhaps overheating. Overwork, but
Is there
probably
any
not.
way?
Extremely unlikely that anything outside of an explosive would cause to explode.
Is there any backup of this system as we
It is
believe?
its own backup. It is redundant.
But if the device has exploded,
Yeah, like you get kind of no response from that.
okay.
Is there any way to recover a loss in data fidelity?
There could be no loss in data fidelity. This was accounted for.
How is it accounted for?
By building a computer larger than would ever be needed. Making sure it's redundant. Putting in safe protocols.
Is there a buffer?
You wouldn't know that word.
Oh shit.
I think I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Eris Viri was imprisoned. His consciousness was imprisoned in a thing. What is that thing?
The device known as the Celestol. It is
What would happen if one of these exploded with a consciousness trapped in it?
If the explosive is detonated, then the consciousness is lost.
Okay. So then I'm gonna pull out the note that Eris left us. Can you translate this?
Yes. These are 6 words in the ancient Fury language. Medea, Leku, Shadua, Kirpa, Emil, and Shupram. These are all of the habitable bodies orbiting the same sun.
Did history check? Did the Morgan ever tell us that she went to Medea?
Yes.
Okay.
Very briefly.
Guys, I think. Do you remember when the Morgan said she went to Medea?
Briefly, yes.
Thank you. Are these other planets accessible?
Of course. This was the Astara Viri project. They sought to leave these lands physically. And they did.
By what means?
The device they built on the north on the continent, facing the sun.
Is it operational still?
Last reports, yes. And you see the black fades again, and a map shows up, and you see far to the north of where Nabota was. There's a offshoot of the continent that there's like a glowing dot on it. Device is located here, at the far North Pole.
All right, before we start trying to jump into Spelljammer, some of y'all, why would Eris tell us about other planets? What's happening to this one?
This planet is experiencing the same circumstances it has for many thousands and millions of years. As to Eris's intentions, that's beyond my knowledge.
Is there any way to recharge these? And I'm going to hold up one of my battery packs.
Yes, at any of the many power stations found in any city.
Where's the nearest one?
Again, you see a map, and you see like the tower bit where you are, and then like right on top of it, just a little bit farther southwest, there's one.
Okay.
Here's charging station, immediately to the southwest.
Thank you. Guys, did we ever get answers about what research was going on at the tower in Treviri? Is that something we want to ask?
It just said studying the storm.
I think there's
Okay.
the weather outpost.
You guys got any other questions?
Not factual questions. Philosophical, ethical questions.
Was there any research on other planes?
That is. You see, kind of hesitate for a second, trying to understand your inquiry. The Hydraviri can say to be on another plane in the world they've constructed.
But nothing that would relate to like Azer.
All right, are you asking that?
No, I'm asking you that.
Oh, yeah. Its interpretation of plane is, it corresponds with what it's saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna point to Azar. Can you tell us what creature this is?
That is a construct. The very make.
Can you tell us what kind of creature this is?
Not recognized.
Oh shit.
I want to pick up Jokita and ask it. Ask Doc, not Jokita. Is this specific animal male or female?
We already established that.
Well, all we established was that Jokita said that she lays eggs, but I feel like I'm not sure that she would have answered anything in the negative.
Sorry, what did Doc say?
That is a female.
Okay. How big do they get?
That is mature.
Okay.
Asking the important questions. If humans were to enter Seraphim lands to the north, would they be allowed to pass?
No.
What is the weakness of the Seraphim?
They're not as big as dragons.
Become
It's supposed to be
dragon.
I mean, it was on my list.
And they're not as smart as the Viri.
Become smart.
The R is backwards. It is no smart.
All right, guys. I feel like we should take an airship back to Traveri.
Or we could take an airship to the northern part of the Stormlands and take a rocket ship from there.
But we don't know if you can land or take that off again elsewhere on this planet.
Oh, I wasn't intending to go elsewhere on this planet.
That could be a one-way trip to another planet. I am not ready to make that commitment.
I mean, you know, if they built one here, I'm sure they built one there too.
Unless they were just trying to get away.
But then they would want there were 5 or 6 planets. I'm sure they'd want to get in between them.
I mean, it depends on how far they got in the process. You know, the first
Whatever.
Fine. 9 years could have only been.
We can fly back to Traveri if that's what you want. But I think first priority is we should stop at the power station and see if we can recharge some batteries, because I suspect that's going to be necessary to fly.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Um,
Do we need more Viri weaponry?
Oh yeah, I meant to like ponder that thought. Fuck.
or seraphim weaponry.
I mean, I could use like another one of these long swords. Or great swords, I should say.
I was kind of thinking of like vehicle mounted weaponry for ships. We had a airship gunboat, you know, we could pretty much do anything.
Oh, one more. Oh God, now I'm just thinking of Tyler becoming a warlord.
I'm also thinking of that.
Oh. Fuck. Oh, yeah. So, Doc, we have been given access to some Viri technology and abilities. Is there any way to get more?
That is beyond my knowledge.
Fuck. Do you know of a resource that might have that knowledge?
Theory.
The Viri have all left. Is there a book?
I think you're talking to it.
I hold the sum total of all publicly available Viri knowledge.
What about privately?
That is in private hands.
Okay. All right. Well, that was definitely my last question.
So you said our companion Azar was a Viri construct. Who did the constructing?
Osin Garel.
To what end?
Entertainment. Companionship.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
Not really. I think I remember him, and he told me everything would be all right, and then he burned me, and then I died.
Oh, damn.
But I don't remember his name. I don't remember if it was real. I'm not sure I really remember it.
Is there anything you would like to know, Azar?
No.
No. I want to know about this. How fucked up in the head was this dude? And this is me asking Doc.
Yeah. Osin was not known to have any psychological ailments.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Doc, what would you do if you were a living creature in a strange land?
This is beyond my knowledge.
Dump her in.
All right. Well, let's get out of here. The power station is nearby, so we can come back if we need to, and even the the airstrip is nearby.
And you guys noted, like, clearly enough in your head where all these things were.
Cool.
All right. You guys leave the tower?
Yep.
All right. Walk towards the door that we came in. Door opens back up.
Can we ask a side question, David?
Yeah.
Did they ask anything that would have triggered the Morgan's authorization if it had worked?
Totally different system.
Okay. Just curious, you know.
Hard to.
This one was just open?
Either that or the Morgan's authorization works. Hard to tell.
All right, guys. What are we gonna do from here?
Yeah. So you guys walk out. Again, jungle around you. Tower behind you.
Yep. I'm gonna head towards the power station.
Okay.
So southwest.
All right, so you have to go around the tower, and the road sort of it splits around it, and it gets a bit thinner, and you almost lose it at some point. And you get around the tower, and you do start to vaguely see where buildings once were, but this is not the like almost pristine city of Fawn or Naboto that seemed to have weathered nature for the past few hundred years. This city seems to have been completely taken over. Jason, you can, now that you're closer in being able to feel out, you can recognize and start to pick out sort of where buildings are, just because you can see where the trees and the shrubs kind of have followed straight lines, which they don't like to do. Nothing jumps out at you, Hadrian. Just like on first glance, if you want to take some time to look around, you can roll a perception check and see what you see.
Yeah, I will do that.
Nice. This.
Yeah. Either if you want to roll as well, or just give Hadrian advantage.
Give him advantage.
Roll again.
Okay. 21.
So you take a minute and you look around and you start to pick out. You see a road going off and foundation of a building, and you see there is one off far in the distance that is still somewhat constructed, but doesn't quite break the canopy. You recognize off ahead of you and to the right a little bit. You remember the windmill things in Fawn, like the long cables stretching up into the sky, but there's the one that had collapsed. You see something similar to that. So you see a large base station about the size of half of a wagon connected to a long cable, which is now curled up and just disappears into the shrubs away from it.
Well, guys, I think this is our power station, but it doesn't look like it's going to be operational.
Yeah, we gotta find a place to charge. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them, right? That live on the map. So if we figure out our plan, then maybe we can include a detour to power stations on the way.
Yeah. Either that or we try to fix something here with Doc assisting us.
Like what?
Like try to get this power station working again so we can charge up our stuff.
Well,
And I'm saying this one because Doc is right there and we can walk back and forth.
I've got a question. After seeing a power station, even when derelict condition, would an operational power station be considered an object that is familiar to me?
Yes.
I would like to cast Locate Object.
Okay. First one, obviously, that you see is the one right by you. You sense and you're relatively like within a mile, or how long is looking object?
Okay. Second question. The range is 1,000 feet. Centered on self. What is self?
Self is wherever you're like. You still always have like a focus, but you can move your focus pretty quickly around if you want to kind of see the area.
Okay. It lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh god,
So,
that kind of breaks things. I love it.
so tell me what my special not eyes see.
Okay, so Jason, you cast locate object, and immediately, if 3 of them light up around you guys. One where you saw, and then there's 2 more up ahead, and you kind of zip along out to the shore. You're not just along, you see a couple more pings as you go. And they seem to be roughly equally scattered throughout this area that you now recognize as being an old city. As you're going through this, you just happen to pass by one of the hangars, which is just have a pretty good sense of where things are, so you kind of just know from seeing the map and going there. Yeah, you see no fewer than 25 of these. You directly see about 7 of them, 2 of which still have cables extending up into the sky. The nearest one is about 3/4 of a mile down the road.
I'm going to yell out, "Hey, over here." And also, I want to point out that as I was zipping around, it looks exactly like Mario Odyssey if Mario captures a power line. It looks like the little electricity going across.
All right. All right. Yeah, you guys hear off at a distance. Here's the voice.
Yeah, cool. I'll go follow his voice.
Me too. I'm also, I think I have to tap out. I'm losing it fast.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
Good ball, dude.
Feel free to Jaeger me. And Shaz votes for going back to Polenia.
Yeah. That was, yeah.
All right.
See you,
See
dude.
you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so Chaz smacks Jokita and then sticks his fingers like right in her face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to lose a finger here.
They're baby corn. Okay, so you go towards just southwest, continuing on sort of directly going for about 1/4 mile or 3/4 mile where you heard Jason's voice coming from. As you get closer, you see a cable extending up through the canopy out of a large, almost perfectly square structure about the size of half a wagon. No obvious handles or doors or flaps or anything like that.
I'm gonna just try walking up to the building, and if it doesn't immediately open, I'll walk around the perimeter.
All right. You walk around. Every side is smooth. There's a few like seams where things have been, where the pieces have just been attached together, but still no doors, flaps, anything like that.
The vines that were on the door, they go, or of Doc, do they go into the building at all?
No. There are a few around it, but
If I go right outside the building, does it react to me?
doesn't seem to.
Okay, I'll go back.
Where is the cable from the thing?
Oh, it's right in the middle, coming out of the middle of the top of this square, like half wagon-sized object, and it just goes straight up at a slightly eastward angle. That big cable. That big.
Okay, well, At least we found one that looks like it's working. But we might have to run back to Doc and ask him.
Right.
Hey, Gavin, can you run back to Doc?
Ooh-wee! Can do! Gavin, skip off back to the tower. A couple birds kind of like flit down and land on his shoulder and kind of dance to the wind.
I'm pretty sure Azar is going to go along and trip him.
Okay. So you guys watch Azar kind of chase after Gavin and go right in front of his leg, and you see him just tumble and
Excellent.
I have to learn how to do that. Just interact with anything at all.
Yeah, Azar may be able to help you out if you can get her to give real answers.
I'm not so sure anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, like you heard, Azar was something constructed by the Fury. I didn't even know what the fuck I was.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. I guess at least to us, you guys seem similar, but we'll see. Anyway.
a few more moments pass after this conversation, and Gavin comes skipping back. Doc says they don't open. There's batteries inside.
But they don't open.
Not normally. Probably break it.
And you didn't think to ask how to get the batteries? If it doesn't open?
Go on, get.
Turns around, skips back.
Gets tripped again.
Again, somehow, he falls right on his face again. Doesn't see it coming. Comes back again. Yeah, you can disassemble it to get the batteries, but normally they were not transported.
What? Say again?
That makes sense.
You can like disassemble this to get the batteries out, but normally they weren't transported. They're left here.
Kitty.
Hi, Jake.
Hey.
Well, what the fuck are we supposed to do with that?
Is there a obvious way to disassemble it, like a little screw panel?
All right, as you get up there, specifically looking for screws, there are 4 screws which have been kind of built to go right with like the flow of the panel, and they're hard to see and they fade in. And then those really annoying like 5-prong screws that nobody ever has the right screwdriver for.
God damn it.
Right on the edge of the seam, there's actually a seam by it.
Do I have anything that will help?
You have a great sword.
I do have that.
Hey, Jokita,
Jokita!
can you open this?
Goes up and kind of just opens your mouth and tries to chew on it a bit and puts a few little scratches and makes that really awful like noise,
I was going to suggest you chew your nails, but yeah, that might be a shit idea.
All right. What are you guys doing?
I am looking through my spells.
You burn all your spells trying to get batteries.
It's like a door,
Yes.
It's a small one. Oh yeah, y'all have all my spells.
Didn't we have a long rest?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh no.
Since you've been charging up the batteries.
I was thinking maybe one of my spells to help, but then I'm like, oh wait, y'all have access to literally all of my spells.
Yeah. I mean, if you find something that I miss or whatever, but I'm just looking through them real quick.
Yeah.
I can't
Alright.
really interact with things.
While
While you're taking action, let's take a pee break because I gotta pee.
already?
Hey, all right, like just 2 minutes.
All right.
Before he did. Never mind.
What?
It's gonna be one of them.
Anyway. So, did you think of any spells you're gonna throw at this apparent battery holder?
Does hacking at it with my sword count as a spell?
Absolutely.
Because that's what I'm gonna do.
Cloud of daggers, burning blade, booming blade.
All right. So you pull out your sword and you just start like smacking at the metal. And it takes you a minute, but you do start denting in the metal in such a way the screws start kind of like popping out. And seeing that this has become successful, you continue to kind of beat it with your sword until eventually the one part that doesn't have the screws on it kind of collapses inwards a bit right on the edge, and all the screws pop out.
Excellent. Okay. Is this like a door-sized thing, or like?
No, it's like, I guess half a cart isn't a great descriptor because it's not super relatable. Okay, so on like the sides of streets, there's those big green boxes that have by the light poles and stuff. Picture maybe like 4 of those stacked together, like next to each other.
Okay.
But solid,
Well, anyway, so the door panel comes off. What do I see in there?
Okay. So you grab on the edge that you created by denting in the middle, and you pull off a section that's about almost a third of the size of the whole structure that's covering it. And as soon as you pull it out, you see glow start to come out, that very distinctive Veery glow. And you pull the panel over, and it lands and clanks on the stones behind you. And you see in front of you 16 glowing batteries and an array of 4x4. But
Yes.
you just see the end kind of sticking out a little bit. It was just what's causing the glow.
Jason, how many do you think we would need to fly?
Can I make an intelligence check?
Go for it.
12 plus 4. 16.
At least one.
Take them all.
The only reference you have is that you were able to use it to create the floating discs, which are sort of like flight.
I mean, I also sort of know that it took 3 of them to shield our ship.
Yeah.
Not even. It took a little bit out of one of them.
Yeah. I'm totally down with taking all of them because these things are great. So I'm gonna take all 16 and I'm gonna put the one that I had.
Okay, so you reach down to like grab one of them, the top left one, and you put your hand on it, and you try and pull, and it just can't get it to come out.
hit it.
Can I'm gonna touch the top left one, and I'm gonna hold the other one, my empty one, or like partially full one, in my other hand, and I'm gonna try to like transfer through me.
You guys see Hadrian hold on to the one battery, see like a little bit of a light come out of his eyes, like, oh, I got it. And he holds on to the other battery and just sits there focusing. And nothing happens.
I mean, touching one, would he be able to cast spells into the other one?
That's what
I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, so like I want to like try to like start to cast a spell, like a 4th level spell from the full one, but then like instead of actually casting it, like channel that energy into my battery.
Make whatever your spellcasting modifier is. I can never remember which one is which for you guys.
Is it just straight?
Your highest mental stat.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a straight roll.
11.
All right. So you take a moment and you try and cast a spell, some 4th level spell of your choosing, into the battery, and you feel it it locks in. So you get a little bit of extra charge in the battery. You get excited. And do it again. Remind me what your 4th level spells are?
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. I don't know where this is on this bullshit new sheet.
Same place as combat, scooch over to spells. Top right.
Yeah, but I didn't add them, so I found it. I would have to add those like as an item, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Levels.
Yeah.
I just wrote them in a note. My 2 4th level spells are Wall of Fire and Fire Shield.
Okay. So as you're focusing on trying to put the spell into the battery, you cast Wall of Fire outwards from you off to your right. Jaws, what is the like saving throw and all that stuff? I presume it's like a dex or something.
Damn it. Hold on. I don't even think it is. I don't know that there is a save.
It just happens.
I think so. Fuck you, D&D Beyond. I'm having trouble. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
There is definitely a learning curve to the new site.
Yeah.
It's not that. The spell page just like isn't loading for me.
Yeah, but it's also not loading.
No.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, they seem to be having troubles because it's been real slow.
Here we go. Okay. Oh, it is a dex save.
Charles makes it with a natural 17 plus whatever his dex is.
So he only takes half of 5d8 damage.
If you want, we can just call it 22.
Yeah.
Wait, no, 11. Okay. Jaws, you take 11 damage when you watch this. Okay. But you see, Jaws, right as the wall of fire starts being created, he grabs Jokita and just throws her out of the range of the wall of fire. Almost to the ground, and then looks up angrily, but then sees the fire go by, and
isn't that special?
Azar would like to play in the fire.
You guys see Azar like zipping off after the wall of fire and kind of dancing around.
Okay. Well, this is. What the fuck did the Fury do with these things? Unbelievable. Can I touch my empty? I'm just gonna like butt the empty one up to the full one and be like,
There you go. You poke it. Nothing happens.
damn it.
Makes an interesting sound.
If I don't have anything to latch on to. Okay.
You do, as you're sitting here watching Hadrian focus on this, you do sort of sense the batteries just a little bit. Just as like a mild, maybe gentle warmth.
Can I poke it?
Okay, so you try and focus your essence on this object, and you feel a bit of you do feel something. Feel a little bit of like power, a little bit of stronger.
Do I level up?
Adrian, you spontaneously feel like a weird warm tingle.
Like a warm spot in the pool?
Fine.
You haven't used any spells today or anything like that, but you feel like
I actually have.
Oh, you did?
That was last night.
Locate object.
No, you cast Locate Object.
Yeah,
You feel that ability to cast Locate Object, you feel like you kind of earn that back.
I would like to cast Fear into the battery. The empty battery.
Okay. You cast Fear into the empty battery, and then feel that energy you build back up from the batteries.
I'd like to charge up the battery.
Hadrian, as you're sitting there, trying to figure things out, you see the battery slowly start to glow.
So many third level slots.
Yeah.
So many.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Kill Jason. Saving throw?
Mhm.
Am I proficient in any saving throws?
No, but we got that bonus that he gave us last level.
I give you.
Yeah, he gave you guys that.
Oh.
I didn't write that out. There should be like a.
I was thinking, David, I need that too. I don't think mine has it.
It would be wisdom because you granted them wisdom saving throw bonuses.
Okay. I'm level 3. My proficiency bonus is 2. My wisdom modifier is 4. And I rolled an 11, so this is a 17.
Okay. So as you're charging up the battery, just for a moment, your concentration is directed elsewhere. There is some disturbance off at a distance in the forest that you're still not used to these distractions, so it pulls you away for a second, and you feel as if you're not careful, you could unleash crazy amount of destruction if you're not very specifically loading spells from the charged batteries up to the one that Hadrian has. But you recognize this just in time to pull yourself back, focus on the task at hand, and the battery fills up. And you notice that one of the batteries, or the entire top row of 4 batteries, is about a quarter dimmer. And the one in your hand is fully just glowing.
How long? How long did this take?
30 seconds.
Oh my God, Jason, what did you do? That was amazing.
I didn't do anything.
Well, you did something.
I thought you were doing something.
I tried. I only got one spell loaded in there, and then the second one.
Maybe I did it.
That's possible.
Yeah. I know lots of things.
I'm gonna whisper to Jason. We should make sure not to let Azar near these.
I heard that, you know.
I don't. You're right. No, sorry. I'm thinking like. I know I can't really. Oh, yeah, I guess I could. I was thinking y'all had to like touch these to use them. I can't touch it, but yeah, Azar can touch stuff.
Yeah, she already used my battery once.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got.
It was fun.
Sorry, I got distracted. Can y'all hold on a sec? What's going on in the forest?
Okay, so you take, you shift your focus over to whatever disturbance was that bothered you, and it's about 20 miles to the north. You come across part of the forest that has all of the trees and have been flattened in about a 20-foot radius. It's like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 trees. And a bunch of the bushes. And all these small animals have sort of scattered, as some of the large ones as well. But you, using some of the birds and maybe squirrels that are just getting brave enough, you see where this clearing that was now formed, a large black dragon dead lying in the jungle. And seems to have a bunch of like cut marks all along it.
I don't notice anything in the air.
You take a moment with your birds and you look up in the air and you don't see anything. Now that you're here, you do notice that there are a few other smaller disturbances, roughly human disturbances, in the ground where other plants have been destroyed by something falling from the sky. You take a moment, you look around, and you see 3 dead seraphim.
Not the Morgan.
Not the Morgan. They all have wings.
Ouch.
Way to rub it in.
They're all devoid.
Very dead, yeah. All of them have wounds that were clearly... one of them, his guts are just entirely opened up and spilling out. That's on top of the apparent impact damage of a bunch of bones being broken. Another one is their entire body is starting to like boil away and burn away. And the other one just has a whole bunch of cuts, like big cuts all around them.
Cool. I'm gonna go back.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Where'd you go?
20 miles north.
Mhm.
a bit north. Big dead dragon. It's there if we need any of that. But I mean, we're pretty full right now.
Dead dragons are the best dragons. They're not very nice. They're not very fun either. Mostly just boring.
I wouldn't call them boring, but
But
not
I do
fun
agree.
is something I can get behind.
Yeah, and I do agree a dead dragon is the best dragon.
Although it is fun to be a dragon. Sometimes I'm a dragon.
Us too.
Maybe next time I'll be a dragon. It's fun to be a dragon.
When you say next time, when do you decide?
I don't know. Sometimes I die and I already know what I'm going to be next time. But sometimes I get to pick. And sometimes I could change in the middle of my life. I'm not really here. This isn't really me. So sometimes I can go away and come back as something different.
So you keep saying you die. How does that work?
I die. I get hurt or I use myself up and I die.
That's right. Okay.
How do you die?
I guess I get hurt, but I haven't. I only died the one time.
That's not so bad.
It was pretty bad.
Maybe it gets easier the more times you do it.
I don't think we're gonna find out.
How do you know?
Who else brought batteries of their own from wherever we stole these from?
I think you have 4 in total.
Okay. I'm gonna I guess I'll ask Chaz and Gavin for theirs, and
This is my battery. This is Chaz. Very defensive about his battery.
I mean,
Does Chaz have a beard?
Yes. Long,
I think I'm gonna light that on fire.
a little patchy. So you light the tip of his beard on fire, and he starts screaming and hollering, starts patting it out. It's ninjas now. That's it. How's it look?
Much better. You know what would look even better? I should do your eyebrows too.
He covers his eyebrows, runs into the forest, just beeline away from Azar.
Does he drop the battery?
Yes, just drops it on the ground.
I will pick up the battery,
It
and
goes running after him.
this time
I'm gonna go chasing after Jokita.
Hopping around.
I am careful to use fire shield instead of wall of fire,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try to fill up Chaz's battery.
Okay. You're able to do it once. You do it again. I need you to make a spellcasting roll.
Okay.
What do you use? Was it your intelligence?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. 4.
Okay. And on the third time,
As he's doing this, I want to do it behind the scenes.
you feel Your file shield is the one that like glows all over your body, like the flames. You see that like ignite all over you, and it spooks you a little bit. You kind of like shake your head and look back at the battery, and it's fully charged.
Oh, great. That was easier than I thought.
You look a bit warm.
Oh, yeah. And I dispel or dismiss.
Oh yeah.
You fade. All right. So you, Azar, you chase after Yokita and Chaz, and eventually Chaz like kind of slows down, stops, and looks back. His hands still over his eyebrows. Please don't burn my eyebrows.
Well, since you asked nicely.
He kind of looks around. He's run far enough that can't like directly see back.
I got him lost.
Looks around.
I mean, I've got an eye on him.
Yeah. Except Yokita. Yokita, do you know how to get back? Kind of looks up at him. Goes running off in a different direction.
God damn it.
Josh kind of just shrugs and goes after Yokita.
Yokita.
Yokita just kind of like stops and pulls her attention.
Go that way.
Like you see your nostrils flare a bit. Looks over back in the direction of where it came from and starts running in that direction. Kind of stops and looks at her. Yokita, where are you? All right, goes running off along with her.
Sidebar, your facial expressions for a tiny velociraptor are amazing.
Of all the characters that you guys have encountered, this is the one I most strongly associate with. So,
I mean, it makes total sense.
Spirit animal.
yep. Okay, so now you have 2 fully charged batteries, Hadrian.
Well, after the raging
Jack is
success,
picking flowers and has just like braided them in a ring in his hair.
well, since the last one was a raging success, I'm gonna try the other 2. So I'll ask Gavin for his, and I'm pretty sure I was actually carrying 2 batteries because, like,
Yeah, that's how you have 4.
yeah,
You had 2, Chaz had 1.
yeah.
Okay, so you take your other one, and again, you this the thing, and you have to slow transfer spells one by one. Roll an intelligence.
I'm not using that roll. God damn it.
So on the
Maybe you
first
need new dice.
try, you feel your fire shield light up on your body. Kind of sit there and pat it down. Do it again. You get about 3 in. Again, your fire shield, perks up on your body. You start, kind of getting slow. Oh, excuse me, got hiccups. And you start getting into the feel of how to do this. It starts to feel a bit strange. You start to notice that like you kind of lose your sense of taste, and you feel a bit tingly, and like you feel like your limbs are just kind of like losing circulation, like that sort of tingly feeling you get when you sit on your arm for too long or something. You're starting to kind of feel that everywhere.
Interesting. Seems less than ideal. I guess I'll go ahead and stop when my limbs all start tingling.
Okay. That's the name of the episode. Start tingling.
Thank you, love.
All right. So yes, you have, that would be now 3 batteries fully charged. Eventually, as you're doing this, Charles comes back out of the jungle and sees you, and he's like 10 feet up, and looking just a little bit away, and sees you off to the side. Oh, how's it going?
I see you still have your eyebrows.
For now.
Jason, would you mind doing the last battery? I seem to be having some trouble with this third one.
Maybe it's because I was far away.
It's possible.
I'll fill up the last one.
All right.
I assume someone's holding it.
Yeah. Adrian, as you're saying this, you see the battery start to go. Goes up to full power.
Cool.
Now, at this point, the top row, all dead. All totally dark.
All right. Well, 4 batteries. Hopefully that'll be enough. Well, so what do you say, guys? Let's go on and head towards the airplane hangar.
This place is boring. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Set off that way.
You guys head out. The hangars were further southwest towards the shore. There's one that was marked being right on the water, like right on the edge of where the land meets the water. There's one that was a little farther in, so closer to you, off to your left, about a mile away. The edge of the one close to you, or the one by the ocean, which is like 5 miles away. The one person with physical form. What are you gonna do?
Go towards the closer one.
Okay. You go towards where you believe the marker was for that closer hangar, whatever. You get to a spot where you're pretty sure you're there. You look around. There's definitely a long stretch where there's not a lot of trees. I don't really see much beyond that. There's a lump off to the about 150 feet up to your right. And you go up and kind of poke at it. And there's definitely some structure that's not attached to the ground, but it's sufficiently rusted and grown over with plants that you can't really make out what its original shape was. But it looks at least big enough to hold, say, like 10 people.
What's the general shape of it? Is it like egg shaped?
Oh, it's, okay. It's yeah, kind of egg shaped.
It's like rusted to the ground.
Oh, it's like way rusted, way rusted, and kind of falling apart, and not really recognizable as anything.
Well, this doesn't look promising. Jason, can you check the other nearby airport and see if it looks like it's in any better shape?
Okay, so Jason, you back on over to the other area that was pointed out, and this is actually right on a spot where the forest ends at a cliff, and it falls about 20 feet down into the water, which is the waves are just breaking roughly against this cliff, and you definitely see where there is a large space where even today there's no trees. About 40 feet in radius, or diameter, sorry. And you see one building that is mostly intact. There are a few spots in the ceiling that have kind of broken through, and you can peek through and see.
So I actually can still continue.
Yeah. See something because you're still there's a clearing, but you're on the edge and you can look in, and you can just see vaguely in this hole in the building. There seems to be something inside, but the building looks like it's a stiff breeze will blow it over at this point.
Anyway, I could get a closer look inside.
So there's a bunch of squirrels in the area. If you want, you can try and coerce them into exploring inside.
Hey, little dudes.
You see there's 3 squirrels that all kind of just stop all at once and start looking around. One of them looks at the other with a bit of a suspicious glance.
Yes, squirrels are very suspicious as a species.
Politics. Who run the world? Squirrels!
Doolittle. Oh yes, I have binged Rick and Morty. Hey, little dudes, can y'all go check out that building?
They'll kind of look confused again, but go running off towards the building. They look in, you look through their eyes. And
a scorching ray comes down and hits all 3.
do you actually do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God.
As you're looking through, all of a sudden, your vision just bam, 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 disappears. I'm not even gonna make you roll. They're squirrels. They have half a hit point, and then they all just disappear simultaneously.
Tree vomits in the forest and no one's around to see it. Doesn't actually do it.
Yep.
If you wanted to see inside, all you had to do is ask.
Yeah, I did ask.
Ask me.
I can't see through you though.
How do you know?
I can't see through Azer, can I? Azar.
You take a moment and you focus on Azar, and you can kind of sense her, but she's not part of your whole biome, so you just can't quite,
Pretty sure that's a no.
Hey DM, I'm pretty sure we talked about that one.
No, I can't see through you.
I'm pretty sure you said he could.
That wouldn't make any sense. I apologize if I said that. That's just not.
So you're just a liar.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Okay. Never mind.
Always
Sorry.
lie. Try with a bird friend this time. Hey, little dude. Pay no attention to what you might have just saw. But
Yeah.
can you go look inside this building?
All right, so it's a little little songbird flying around, kind of darts down into the hole in the building.
Chaos bolt.
Spell. Counter spell.
I'm gonna do as many of those as it takes. This is like shooting skeet for Azar. This is so good.
All right, so the bird's flying down. You cast the scorching, or what do you call it?
Chaos bolt.
Gas bolt. Jason, you just counterspell?
Yes.
Okay.
I counterspell.
Mm-hmm. That's about 6 seconds. So I presume you counterspell at 3rd level, which is what a chaos bolt was. You would kind of.
Chaos bolt is the first level.
It would have
Oh.
to start at 3rd level.
Oh yeah. Then you're fine.
Cat butt.
Yeah. The bird in that moment makes it through the hole in the roof of the building and starts flapping around. And even just for a moment until whatever Azar does next, you see a large, kind of egg-shaped-ish object. It's got legs that stick out towards the ground, and it has bits sticking out on the top, and some metal pieces that seem to have fallen apart. You see what used to be one piece is now two, because there's a long bit that's sticking out the end that has fallen off, and there's a bunch of rust holes in it.
Does it look like it's going to be usable?
No. Like, even if not knowing how this shit works at all, very clearly not in a good state.
History check. How did the city of Fawn look, like, in terms of decay?
Fawn was relatively okay. The buildings were all very clearly buildings. The city was recognizable as a whole from a distance. You notice there's a very dramatic. The biodiversity in this part of the world is a lot greater than from the north, where Fawn was, and all the way up to Noboto. It was kind of just there's like the one tree and like the one vine that was starting to take over Fawn. But this is just crazy biodiversity and is totally taken over.
Okay.
Picture like Petra being Fawn versus like the Aztec cities being this.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that we're not going to get any use of it, I'm going to snap back.
Okay. Yeah, snap back.
Well,
I was sort of waiting for Anastasia to do something, but yeah, it's rusted to shit. Well, it's not rusted; it's just broken.
okay. Excellent. Well, there goes that plan.
We could try to like hook up the batteries to the boat. Maybe that'll do something.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit, how far are we away from the boat?
that's back up by Fawn, right?
Days,
Yeah.
Only days?
maybe a week at most.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly willing to try it, but I just don't have a lot of confidence in it after, like, we couldn't even detach the batteries from the power station, let alone try to attach them to the boat.
I mean, you do recall that Eris used that sort of big shield thing, but I just didn't have the whole time.
Right, but that came from him, though, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's a spell that we don't know.
Too bad you got rid of the Morrigan.
Again, debatable. No, I'm gonna send like over the past like week. I'm gonna send an animal messenger every day over to the Morgan, and none of them are gonna make it because plot.
Morrigan's already dead.
Yeah. I mean, the animals don't know that, and Jason doesn't know that.
Super meta. Oops.
Jason's gonna go to the Seraphim Lands.
Can you go that far?
Okay, so as you think this, reach out towards the extent of your current biome, and it ends just a little bit past the road that you took from Fawn to Noboto, which is still pretty far from the Seraphim.
Hey, little dude.
Okay, you see 2 squirrels, a possum, and a bird come to attention and look up at you, look up around, all confused.
The bird. Hey, can you fly north?
Flips off the knee. It's not gonna work.
that you actually gave the animal a message. So
I'm not giving it a message. I'm just getting it to fly north.
Okay.
At what point?
As it starts flying away, your connection with it starts to fade.
All right. You can go back.
It stops for a moment. Spins.
Sorry, little dude.
Comes back. Lands on a branch right on the edge of the forest. You see out ahead of you, kind of open plains. Sparse grasses.
Snap back.
Very distant, you see mountains.
I'll snap back. Damn.
Guys made it to dock. The Stormlands dock. You asked some questions. Got some batteries. Tried to find an airship, but they seem to be all busted and falling apart. Abandoned.
Oh, shit. You know, Jason, I thought of something else to ask Doc. Are there any other lands on this planet besides the Stormlands and Polenia?
You, us, and Doc.
What?
What?
Do we want to go there?
Yeah. So you guys walk back. I mean, it's not that far. So boop, boop, cinematic. You guys make it over to back to the tower, and you go in. The whole normal thing I described at least 7 times at this point.
Yep. Doc, can you show me a map of this entire planet?
Sorry, I was about to make a projection joke, but you see a few different views of front-on views of a sphere, which you immediately recognize to be the planet. The first one shows what you're familiar with. Polenia, kind of the oblong shape with the mountains in the middle connecting off, and it just goes a little bit into the Nightlands and then ice all along the bottom half. Then the Stormlands. See another picture, which is seems to be looking directly at the Stormlands. So you see the Stormlands and then Polenia off to the kind of down. And you also noticed the upper right-hand corner, there is a piece, the Stormlands, this continent peaks out beyond where the storm reaches. And there is another continent that is maybe 100 miles, like very close to where the Stormlands were up over there, and just so a little bit of a edge. And then another one which is focused based on the Stormlands.
The last one you were talking about, is that what's on our Stormlands map?
No. The Stormlands kind I'm talking about is that like the big kind of curved part, and then the island up on the top. There's another one off farther to the north, to the top right corner that I didn't draw in because spoilers. That is another piece of land that extends off the edge. And then a third view, which shows a full other continent that you don't recognize, which consists of 2 islands, or 2, not islands, but large bodies of land separated by a thin ocean that like there's like a north part and a south part away from it. One coast of the Stormlands, one far away from it.
Interesting. Doc, are any of these lands, and I'm going to point to like everything except Polenia and Stormlands, are any of these lands inhabited?
Yes, all 4 are inhabited.
By whom or what?
Humans on your continent, Polenia, and these other 2, and then Seraphim on the Stormlands continent.
So it recognizes our nationality.
Race? Species?
Continent of origin. It's an interesting phrasing.
No, that was just bad phrasing on my part, possibly, and a lack of thinking clearly about it. Yeah.
Fair.
But I guess you did say other than Polenia. So.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Damn. Doc, can you print me a map of this?
Present your mobile device.
Damn it. Doc, how did the Viri transfer energy from the power stations to other devices like this holding up the battery?
The batteries were built into the power stations. Buildings were connected through cables.
But some of these batteries moved and were not connected by cable. What happens when they run out?
It must be replaced inside one of the generators to be recharged.
How do you remove one from the generator?
There are special generators which handle the mobile batteries. These are much rarer. There are none in the city.
Is there one in Fawn?
Yes, there are 3 in Fawn.
Excellent. Okay, I will note their location.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Cool. Jason, any other questions?
We can't hear you.
Versal, oh fuck. Lip reading.
Yeah.
Can you still not hear me?
No, we can hear you now.
No, yeah.
Loud and clear.
Cool. What Viri technology would be used to do to shield something? I'm essentially asking what spell did Eris use?
You get a vague understanding of a spell that is not in the D&D canon. That is essentially a larger version of the personal. It's 6th level is the sense you get.
Doc, what access level do we have to your information?
General knowledge.
The Morrigan granted us access to the other.
The Morrigan?
Yes.
He's so wonderful, but I thought he died.
The one we knew was a female.
Wait, did she ever tell us her pronouns? This is in character.
Yes. She is definitely a she.
Oh.
How do you
What?
know? Does she lay eggs?
We never thought to ask. But yeah, we knew her.
I knew Morrigan once. He died, and then a mantle passed to the next Morrigan, and he was a he too.
Azar, you must be very old then.
I don't know.
Which actually makes sense now that I think about it, since Azar is a very construct.
Yeah, okay. I feel dumb.
Shit, I lost my train of thought.
The Morgan.
The Morgans.
Oh yes, the Morgan gave us access to the other tower in on Polenia. Does that access not transfer to here?
You see the tray, the very familiar and frustrating tray pop out. Is that authorization? Scans. Pops back in. Authorization not recognized.
Do it again.
Azar's gonna sit on it and have it scan the cat butt.
Scans. Full access granted.
Your vaccine.
Oh.
I do want to suggest. Can I suggest? Yes, I can suggest. Okay. So I actually do want to cast a suggestion into it, and try to get authorization.
All right. So you cast the spell Suggest to give you authorization. You feel it not quite like it kind of takes hold, and you expend it, but like the device, the tray itself doesn't move or react in any way.
Damn. Cool.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, that's
Morgan
unfortunate.
gave you access?
She did.
Can they do that?
As it turns out, yes, but it was to a different tower.
Maybe she died.
We
Mantle has
hope
passed to a
not.
new Morgan, and she probably can't do that anymore. Seraphim don't come back.
She actually told us that she had not picked a successor yet.
The Morgans don't pick.
Or find successor?
I mean, you seem to know a lot. What do you know?
I don't remember. It didn't seem like the Morgan picked his successor. It seemed like it was known. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
She may have said her successor was not found yet.
See, that's different.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't either.
Well played, Adrian. Well played.
Anyway, all right.
What's he doing?
I think I might be heading back to Fawn.
And go.
Yeah. I think it's time to go back to Fawn.
Okay. Jaws and Gavin just emphatically nod their heads together. Both thumbs up at the same time.
Cool.
So you heading back up north?
Yep.
All right. Let's call that a full day. So you make camp here. Wake up the next morning.
Wait.
Oh,
Midnight
So,
conversation.
oh, I don't care about that. So right before they like get up.
Mhm.
I want to. Does Gavin have like a tie or a ruffle?
Oh, he's got.
Maybe he has an ascot.
He's got. Oh, he's definitely got an ascot.
I would like to like gently pat his face. You know, like how cats do.
Yeah. See him like kind of opens his eyes and opens his
And
eyes.
then produce flame on his ascot.
Gets up
Hey, death.
like a cat. Yeah. And like hops up and puts the flame out pretty quickly and pulls out his rapier and points it at you, Azar.
Do it. Do it. See what happens.
Pokes you, and it kind of just goes right through.
See, told you nothing would happen.
Bites the whole bunch of times wildly. Puts his rapier back. Hey guys, wake up! It's time to go.
All right. Let's go.
All right, so you continue to move. Are you getting up on the road, just exactly reversing your path?
Weren't we just here?
Yes, but we're going somewhere new.
Are we?
Eventually. It will take a couple of days.
Have I been there before?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I can show you.
Okay. Do you know if I've been there before?
I don't know if you've been there before,
Ugh,
but
no one
I know-
knows.
but I know where it is. If we get there, you can see if you knew it before.
Just because I see it doesn't mean I'll know if I know it.
Might jog your memory.
Okay.
All right, so you go, you just go bolting off across the country at just crazy inhuman speeds.
Inhuman.
eh.
Apt phrasing.
And after a bit, you feel Azar like almost immediately start slowing behind. She seems to be able to follow quickly, but not as quickly as you can. And it's sufficiently quick that it would take hours, maybe a day for her.
Are there any
Sorry, go ahead.
are there any nasties along the road for the rest of the party?
I mean, deeper into the forest and some far enough away, like by the road, that by the time you get there, they probably won't be there anymore. Nothing, no like big bads, if that's what you're asking. You know, no troops of seraphim, no giant dragons.
I still have a pretty good read on them, though. Sorry.
Yeah, so you're learning to be able to split your focus a bit and track all the more dangerous things.
I'm a neural net processor.
It's slow, and you're starting to figure it out, and it still hurts your brain. And I apologize for my inability to really describe it, but I don't really understand it, so you know. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll make it up. You guys continue like that. Jason, you kind of keep an eye out. Couple hours in, again, your focus is pulled real sharply, this time to the northeast, almost by the shore of the Stormlands, where, again, trees have been knocked down, small animals have been scattered.
I don't shift my focus.
All right, that's about all that exciting that happens that day.
I'm going to travel draped over Chaz's shoulders like a cat.
Okay. This really weirds out Yukita.
and complain constantly about being bored. Like right in his ear. All the time.
Yep. Kind of like bats at you a bit, and Yukita like makes weird like mewling sounds all the time, and clearly looks concerned for Chaz's safety, or some sort of
Is
perversion
she jealous?
concern, perhaps.
Well, if she does anything more than grumble at me, I think she's gonna have like a small puff of fire in her face.
And this happens a few times throughout the day, or she like makes a more aggressive, defense of Chaz and gets the smoke in her face. First day goes by like that. You guys make camp. Jason, about an hour in after everyone's gone to sleep, yet another large disturbance.
Okay, first off, I want to see the one that happened earlier in the day.
Okay, now that everybody's kind of...
Yeah.
All right, so you go back to the one... we'll call this beforehand because I assume like right as they're kind of going to sleep. I'll look back over. And you see like maybe a dark gray dragon this time. Still that sort of,
Interessante.
again, dead. This time with 5 seraphim also in the vicinity.
And the new one.
You bolt over to the new one. This one is smaller. It was a white dragon, not the ones you guys have encountered. This time only 2 seraphim around.
I'm sorry, what?
All right, okay. So, this one is a smaller white dragon, not one of the ones you guys have seen before, but some other one.
All of them still dead.
Still dead?
No assailants, attackers, live seraphim.
Nope.
Alright. Hey, Azar?
I'm rooting through Hadrian's bag right now. What?
Cool.
Just wait 2 seconds.
Cool stuff. Yeah, it can.
Is there anything flammable?
God damn it.
Adrian, you have any like books or anything, notes?
Honestly,
Very sure.
I don't know where my stupid inventory is anymore.
Yeah. If nothing else, you had a spare set of clothing, and that starts going up in flame.
No,
No?
I did not say that.
Oh.
The shirt is going to have 2 suspicious burned paw prints through like the boob area. Pants are going to have a nice crotch hole now.
Okay, I found my equipment. It looks like all I have is clothes that would be flammable.
Okay, so they are just all going to be that way now.
Excellent.
It's just
Okay.
the blank space music video. Too little.
Sure. Okay, what?
So like you knew the Morgan, you know about the seraphim, right?
I think so.
And you know about like the dragons, or the big lizard monsters.
They're called dragons.
Cool. I didn't know if I knew that.
You did. Yeah. The Morgan mentioned dragons repeatedly.
So did Doc.
So did Doc, yeah.
Keeping a lot of information split across so many things. The input output is hard. So like if dragons start like dropping from the sky along with a handful of seraphim, is that like normal?
How do you know it's normal?
God damn it.
Does it happen enough where we shouldn't be concerned about it?
I don't know.
That's great.
Dragons are hard to kill. Sometimes seraphim die killing dragons. I don't know how often that happens. Dragons are hard to kill.
Well, it seems like every time I notice a dragon drop from the sky, I go over and there's no seraphim around, no live ones.
I mean, they would either be fine or dead, right?
Right, but I never see any of them that are fine.
So why would they stick around? Do you think seraphim like dragons?
No.
Dragon corpses, maybe?
Right, but like I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job of like looking around, like up, and there's never been a seraphim. Cool. I'll explain that.
I don't know. I don't feel seraphim. I don't feel people.
What do you feel?
I don't know.
Neat. I guess that's it.
Do you want to try to smell fire? Smelling fire, it's the best thing to do with your time.
I can't really smell.
You just haven't tried hard enough. And I'm going to do a level 4 wall of fire ring around the camp.
Wall of fire. Whoosh! Burst up on in trees around outside.
See, now doesn't this smell nice?
It kind of hurts.
Yeah, you feel like the crack of the trees and some of the animals that were killed in the blast.
You are giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
So you do feel things. See, you feel things.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like smelling.
I
Except
feel things. I don't smell things.
But
Yeah.
that's like smelling.
I-
You know it's happening. You like know there's a smell, so you know there's a feeling.
Well, see, whenever I was human, I had 5 senses, and smell and feel were definitely 2 separate ones.
That's so limiting.
Yeah. As you take a moment to like focus on the wall, you can kind of you sense the magical essence of it. Kind of came from nowhere. No, I definitely sense something. Definitely wouldn't call it smell as Jason the human was used to.
What does it smell like to you?
It smells like sparkles.
Explaining colors to a blind man.
Feels sort of like. Do I sense like my foot is asleep? Because I would describe that as the feel of sparkles, but
No, not really.
interesting.
Like definitely no, nothing like that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The rest of the evening goes by. And back the next day and continue to march north. Jason, again, about 4 hours into your march north, another disturbance.
I immediately go.
At the moment you feel it, you bolt off there, and you are just in time to see one of the seraphim hit the ground. Boom. And what's your?
Do I see any?
All right, you look up, and on the edge of the clouds, you see like a speck that fades away.
Yo, dude.
You shout as loud as you can up, and you see birds scatter. No response. You look around. There are 5 dead seraphim, including the one that you saw just the last one collapse. all of them with wounds clearly from a dragon. This is another black one.
It went away pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
As in, a tiny blue jay would not be able to catch up to him within 24 hours.
Probably not.
Cool. Shoot back.
You shoot back. As they're walking, Hadrian and Gavin are braiding each other's hair. Or not Hadrian, sorry. Chaz and Gavin. And Chaz has his beard braided off into two.
The patches of beard, you mean?
Yeah, it's patches of beard and did like two kind of braids off to the side. Jokita tries to nibble on one of them. But other than that,
I'm going to travel draped over Hadrian's shoulders, and I'm going to talk incessantly about fire because Hadrian will understand.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
okay. Another couple hours go by. Get towards the evening. Jason, again, collapse. This one farther away at the edge of the jungle. You go there immediately. And this one's a little farther away, so it takes you another moment. So you don't see any of them collapse, but you look up and you see 3 specks.
Do you know Morgan?
No response. Disappear within seconds of you getting there. You look around, you see three dead seraphim on the ground and a large white dragon. Very large white dragon. It's not much all.
Pop back.
Have you been informing them of any of this?
Besides that first conversation, no, I'm just trying to...
Sure.
I'm trying to get there and flag one of them down, see if they know about the Morgan.
Yep. Okay, we're at the end of the day. This is full day 2 of travel. Sleep, wake up, night goes on eventfully unless...
What does Gavin have?
Gavin has a whole bunch of like paper and a book, couple books, all smutty. And a bunch of extra like ruffly things, a couple scarves.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like sleep draped up in like 7 of his really roughly scarfy things. And by sleep, I mean singe.
Yeah. So Jason, you watch as like the scarves are seem to be nudged out of the bag, kind of pulled on and gathered around in a little nest.
It physically pains Jason to not have the mending cantrip.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. And you see Azar go around into the scarves and they start singeing a bit.
Mostly intact, only some light scorching.
Some light scorching. What's some light scorching between friends?
So Azar,
What?
do you know the first form that you took?
I don't remember.
Cool. You just really like this one, or?
Yeah, it seems nice. I can do this thing. I'm gonna fold a wing and then open it. And when I open it, I want to send like a scorching ray out.
To what?
What?
Anything.
Okay, there's a few small animals off in the distance, and they just get zap.
See, I can do fun things with these.
It kind of hurts.
No, it doesn't. See, I'll do it again. It doesn't hurt. I'm gonna do it again.
Can you not do this in other forms? Sorry, I'm not there.
No, you're asleep. Yeah. Okay. Where are you on your spell list again? Like, how are you doing?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I have 1 level 4, 2 level 3s,
Okay, yeah.
9 level 1s.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm out on level 2s.
Okay.
Because I've done Scorching Ray.
All right.
I take it I'm about to lose control.
Well, that's something. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Evening goes by.
Yep.
All right. Wake up the next morning. Start moving north again. Fairly quiet, Jason. You don't feel another disturbance for a while. About 8 hours in.
I'm going to spend the entire time chasing Jokita. Like, she is never going to get a moment of peace.
God damn it.
So as you guys are walking, you see Azar and Jokita run away, and Chaz keeps getting freaked out and trying to shush away Azar, to protect Jokita, but it doesn't work because how is he gonna shush Azar? And this kind of goes on throughout the whole day until about halfway through the day. You have to kind of stop just to give Jokita a moment to not be also running along forward with you guys. And at this point, Azar, you fireball just kind of bounce off you upwards.
What level?
It comes from the top, so level 4.
Counterspell. I only have up to 3.
Okay, so yeah, we have roll for it. How does?
Spells less than or equal to level 3 dispelled else have to make spell ability check 10 plus level to dispel.
Okay.
This was a 4th level spell, so I need to make a 14.
Yeah.
I rolled a 12 plus 4 because of my wisdom modifier.
Okay. The fireball. You feel the spell get released, but the fireball doesn't actually go up. You're bursting out. So Azar, you feel that the level 4 go.
I'm going to drape myself tragically over Hadrian's shoulder. Bewail the loss of my fire.
There.
Sorry, it just took me by surprise.
I feel like 6 chaos bolts are gonna come up in a circle around us.
Do that, or do you just?
I'm gonna do that.
You guys see chaos bolts just fire off into the sky.
Okay.
Surprises are fun.
Not all the time.
When are they not fun? Ugh, this is boring. Fire is fun.
All right. Shortly after that interaction, Jason, another one of the disturbances, this time right on the southern edge of the continent.
Going.
You bolt there. You're pretty close, relatively close to it, probably closer than the other ones. You get there, you see a very, very large black dragon, about the size of Matrol. You quickly look look up. You don't see anything. And you look around and you see 6 seraphim dead. One of which is actually in the water, which is just a few hundred feet to the south, floating. This is the most. This is the highest number of seraphim you've seen.
Mm-hmm. And also the biggest dragon.
Yes.
But nobody's alive. My bad.
How many were dead there?
6.
6. Okay, not back.
Is that a total of 24? Motherfucker.
Oh, damn.
Anastasia, the player, I think knows what's going on. Azar.
Why don't you love my people? My beloved homebrew race that I made from the beginning that you said I could put in, and now you're just like killing them. What are you doing to me?
I mean, nothing makes a better D&D game than genocide.
I mean, I can think of
That's the
few
name of the
things.
episode.
There's no fun like genocide. And that's the thing that's going to keep me from running for president.
2044. Candidate Connor Dixon. Videos uncovered.
I guarantee you I've said worse things on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I have a book you should read.
All right, so you guys, yeah, that happened. You came back. Still not kind of sharing. I mean, like, just so I know whether or not they know.
Guys, there's a lot of seraphim dropping. A lot of dragons too.
Where?
I mean, I can only really tell whenever they like drop in the woods, but I think I've seen like 5. Was it 5?
Yeah, but
I think it's all like 5 dragons down so far. About 24 seraphim.
Wow.
Which
Okay.
like, I guess we saw like 4, maybe 6 before during our entire trip.
Yeah. That is mildly terrifying.
Seraphim are hard to kill.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a lot of them die. Well, I'm seeing a lot of dead ones. I can't see any of them die.
And I would point out again, the last one you saw was on the southernmost, and by southernmost, I mean closest to Polenia edge of the Stormlands.
What have they been progressively going south?
Not progressively, no. But that last one was like one of the seraphim that died was in the water because it was just on the absolute southern edge of the continent.
God. I'll share that. Yeah. Last one was on like the very southern part of the continent. One of them died in the water. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like the dragons would have any reason to go south over to Polenia, but
I would imagine, I mean, they've been here for much longer than humans have been in Polenia. I would imagine if they wanted to go there, they would have done it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like it's time that we get off this fucking island
yeah.
continent thing.
Well, I'm thinking like, what could have changed? I mean, sure, we came here, but like, we also had the Morgan.
Who's to say anything changed? Maybe this is the way it's been for hundreds of years. The seraphim fighting the dragons.
How long has this been going on? For like the past 2 days?
The first one was around when you got to the tower.
So like we've only noticed this since we've like been talking to Doc.
Ish. I think, yeah. The fact that we're recording this is probably going to prove me wrong, but I think the first one was before Doc.
But like,
Oh no, it was after. It was after Doc. It was definitely after.
Yeah, but when did you gain this ability to sense the environment around you?
a couple of days before. But like still that it's been pretty quiet over the last couple of days or those days. Just hear me out. I'm probably being paranoid. It wouldn't fucking surprise me. We don't know what the Morgan is. Like, what makes her
The Morgan is a seraphim.
right, but we don't know like what makes her or him, what makes them different from other seraphim. But and then like you said, you mentioned like maybe we could have lost access if the Morgan died and there was no successor. And now I'm seeing dragons fall everywhere. I'm not going to pretend to know or even suspect what the Morgan did, but like, what if it was the Morgan dying and there being no successor? That means dragons can like start making their way down. I'm probably being paranoid. I'm just
Yeah, I mean, it could just as
I don't have anything to do but think.
no.
You should stop that. And I'm gonna pat his face with a fire paw.
It goes through.
Well, I mean, my paw is incorporeal too, so I'm just gonna like pat where I know the face is not there.
Reach out and pat, and as it meets, the universe just implodes.
Exactly. You know.
Right. Yeah, but Jason, it could just as easily go the opposite direction. Maybe they haven't been keeping the dragons in check because the Morgan was away, and now that she's back,
Yeah, the Morgan was away.
she was with us.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
And maybe now that she's back, they've started hunting again.
I don't think the seraphim stop hunting.
Buddy.
The seraphim I know do that a lot.
Now there's
They
Nibbler.
would
Nibbler
stop.
never stops hunting.
Right, but what if the dragons started
Started what?
hunting?
They always hunt.
But like, what if they? Again, I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on with whatever the Morgan is or why there has to be a Morgan, but like, maybe it has something to do with the dragons not going south.
Azar, do you know what the Morgan's role or job is?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Maybe I knew once. I don't remember.
Doc would know, but we're far away. We need to keep.
Yeah, you're about halfway back to Fawn. A little bit more than halfway.
And Jason can't go to Doc by himself, can he?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Little D.
Since you're here, there's about 100 small animals all around you, and Hadrian, you notice all of them stop. They're like flitting around and like going after something. All stop and look up over it at Jason's form.
And then they all burn.
Burn the ball!
Oh God.
Sorry, I meant to do that back in the place where Doc was.
Yeah, we don't have a city name.
So you can go
You
a
never
little
learned
bit
this
lighter on that whiskey. I appreciate what you're doing though.
Hmm?
What?
Sorry, I was making them. Anyway, yeah, it's not gonna work. He's gonna go back, and little dude wanted them to go up to the door. It's not gonna work. He's gonna pop back.
Hmm. Well, in that case, our two options are get back to. Well, I suppose there's a third option, but it's a really stupid option. So I'll start with
Obviously, that's the option you're going for, right?
Option
let us
one.
pick.
Option one: turn around and go back to dock, which will take 3 days.
That's boring.
Yeah,
and then,
it ended terribly whenever we did that for the Morgan. So,
so that'll be like an extra 6 days before we get back to our boat. Or if we continue on to our boat and try to get back to Treviri as soon as possible, maybe we can.
that's the other dog.
Yeah, ask the other doc and try to defend Polenia as dragons come that way. And then the third stupid option that I thought of,
Go to the Seraphim.
go to the Seraphim.
Mm-hmm.
But the Morrigan explicitly told us that they would kill us if she wasn't with
Maybe
with us.
the Morgan lied.
That's
I'm gonna be honest with you. I already tried to go up, and I can't go that far.
Try harder.
Tried
Can
pretty
you-
damn hard.
is it a range thing? Like, can you go farther now that we're halfway there than you could when we were back at dock?
I don't think so.
I got nothing.
Maybe Gavin and Chaz should weigh in. Tell us your thoughts process in detail.
Share your meta knowledge.
You look over and you see Chaz and Gavin were sitting playing patty cake. Staring into his eyes. Jokita just like frolicking around. Let's go home, Chaz says that. Want to go home? Let's get our boat. All right.
Yeah, I mean, unless you can think of a way to make the Seraphim not want to murder us on sight, I really think that's a bad idea. Because there's an entire army of them.
Gavin,
Hey!
what do you think?
About the current circumstances, we'd like you to weigh in.
Tell us all your thoughts right now.
It's actually kind of funny because we were genuinely just asking for Gavin's help, for Gavin's insight. So,
Like, guys, I don't actually have the audio set up. I have no idea what any of you are saying.
oh yeah, you're probably not hearing it.
I just heard from something about Gavin's insight before I
Oh.
We were just asking for Gavin and Chaz's insight, and then you showed up.
Will I roll a die? Is this like an actual insight check?
No.
Yeah. TLDR went south, talked to the doc. Dragons started kind of dying in the jungle around as
Like a lot of them.
like a lot of them as you were coming back north.
5 of them.
Jason thinks it might be because the Morrigan is dead, and now the Seraphim are like hunting the dragons to extinction. And so we're wondering if we should go back and ask Doc about it, which is like 3 days there, 3 days to get back to Doc, or continue on to our boat, which is like another 3 days, but
Which
in
we
the opposite
have
direction.
charge batteries.
And we have charged batteries, 4 of them.
4 of them.
And the third option, which is really stupid, is to go talk to the Seraphim. But that's really stupid because the Morrigan told us explicitly that they would like murder us on sight if she didn't vouch for us.
Doc 1 or Doc 2?
Doc 2.
Doc 2. Still in the Stormlands.
Then where are we currently traveling? To our boat?
Yeah, we're halfway in between Dock 2 and our boat. And so it's like 3 days either direction.
Get to our boat, where are we going? Back to...
Treveri.
I mean,
If we can get the shield working.
I would most likely be in favor of going home at this point, I suppose. Because I don't know what better path there is. I don't know what more we have to investigate or follow up on at the moment.
That's kind of the way I was leaning because I can't see a way to talk to the Seraphim without them killing us on sight.
Have we seen any dead dragons?
5 in the last 2 days.
I have.
Those with corporeal form have not.
Yeah.
Up close and personal?
Nope.
With incorporeal forms, have you seen them close and personal?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
I've seen them dead. I've seen a whole bunch of Seraphim dropping.
Droppings?
Dropping, like fallen dragon angels.
Okay. Yeah. So the only things I can think of right now is either we investigate the dragon deaths or we...
Other possibly relevant information is Doc informed us that there are 3 other continents on this planet that are inhabited by humans as well. 2 are inhabited?
Others. Yeah. 3 total.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Unless you want to investigate the dragon deaths, which just seems like it's asking for trouble, but it could be fun. I'm in favor of going back to place, and we can talk to Doc 1 there. And I would love to find out more about these other continents.
Yeah. All right. I mean, do you agree, Jason? Because I'm inclined to agree that we should go back to Treveri.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to get back to Millennia.
All right.
I will we go to the Seraphim. I don't remember the Seraphim. We should go back. Go back. Have we been there before?
Do the Seraphim like you, Azar?
I don't remember.
God damn it.
Yeah, well, if Seraphim see them, they might die, and it's not going to be like fun deaths for them, because it wasn't a fun death for me.
Some fun.
Nor was it a fun death for Mark. So,
Yeah.
not going
Turk.
towards certain death. Or like 50-50 death at this point.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Or like 75-25%, because I really don't know what your status right now is, Jason.
I need one of y'all to start drinking heavily.
I will merrily start drinking on the notion that we're heading back to Treveri.
Yep.
I don't
All
know about
right.
couple though.
So, with that decision, you guys continue north to the city of Fawn. As you are going, Jason, just for the sake of expediency, you see, or you sense another 7 dragons around the jungle. You do notice at this point, now that you've seen a total of 12, as time goes on, they are farther and farther south.
Okay.
And more Seraphim are dead each time. Now you...
What's the death count?
With these second rounds, the dragons are bigger. Most of them are about the size of the black one that you saw at the end that was right by the shore. The most Seraphim you've seen now with a single dragon is 12 corpses.
Okay, the most with the same. Okay.
And more,
but I've seen 7.
Most are between 6 and 12 Seraphim dead per dragon.
What is the death count?
About 60 Seraphim from these 3 days that we're kind of skipping over on top of the 24 that you saw from before.
That's a lot.
Holy fuck. And I never am able to flag one down.
You get the... Roll intelligence. Just to see if Jason would know this. Even if not, I'll tell you guys, but like...
19.
Okay, so based on both how the amount of destruction around the dragons that you feel when it first impacts and the little bit of delay between the dragons and the Seraphim, you get the impression they're falling from a very high. And that the time between when the dragon dies and when it actually hits the ground is fairly long. Hence why any survivors from the Seraphim are pretty much gone by that point. You'll see the dragon die and then
If I like start using spells to get my I don't have thaumaturgy, but like if I minor illusion, my voice like booming, I can't.
Don't you have major illusion?
I do have major illusion, but I guess that's what I'm already talking through.
You can be very loud if you want.
Like I'm trying to flag him down.
All right, but every time they're, tens of thousands of feet up. If, like cruising altitude of a plane.
Yeah, and they're not 60 feet away.
No.
Cool. Oh, that's 30 feet. Oh, those are 30 feet.
I don't think
I don't even know what my sense of self is. So
yeah,
cool.
It doesn't extend much beyond like the canopy. Maybe like a low-flying flock of birds, a little bit, but nothing really beyond that. But over the next 3 days, with some shenanigans, you guys make it up towards Fawn. Over those days, every once in a while, Azar, you feel as if the spell is just about ready, where it's gonna be released if you don't do something.
How many?
1 the first day, 2 the second, 3 the third, if you have that.
Oh, I'm out.
Okay. Well, at what point?
I only had 5 left.
Okay. So on the third day, you guys see Fawn. You just get to the edge of the town, and Azar, you feel that your last spell is about to be used. If you don't try and do it yourself, you gonna respond in any way?
Might as well make it fire.
All right. Azar kind of just looks around at all of you real quick, and a fireball bursts out from her. And as the fireball leaves her form, it just dissipates, and the fireball goes flying off into the sky.
The fuck?
And that's where we're gonna pick it up in a week and a half, here in person. Woo!
Nice.
Oh God.
All right, cool. No pressure, but I'm going to somewhat plan the more interesting things based off of your decision to go back to Treviri. So, still free, full decisions, do what you want, but I'll have
So we're going to the Seraphim.
We should do that. We should tell Damon we're going to Shaviri and then like 15 minutes in be like, actually.
turns out. I mean, hey, like I got enough to do. You guys can do what you want, but you know,
Wow.
some cool shit worked out.
Genocide and fuck, is Azar dead now?
You know, at least for the moment.
That's cool. That's great. Lots of death.
Yep.
Lots more death, and we just thought Jason was getting better.